In a remote area of Northern California, there is a spot where the laws of physics seem to break down. Balls roll uphill. People stand at impossible angles. Brooms balance on their bristles. Thousands of tourists visit every year. And scientists can't agree on what's happening. In the mountains of southern Oregon, roughly 30 miles from the California border, there is a place where gravity appears to malfunction. Balls roll uphill. People lean at angles that should topple them. Brooms stand on their bristles without support. And for nearly a century, no one has been able to fully explain why. The place is called the Oregon Vortex. It is located near the town of Gold Hill, in a forested area of the Rogue River Valley. Within a circle approximately 165 feet in diameter, the normal behavior of physical objects seems to deviate from what physics predicts. The site centers on an old mining assay office, a wooden building that was built in 1904 and slid down the hillside during a mudslide in 1914. The building came to rest at a severe angle, roughly 10 to 15 degrees off level. It has remained there ever since, tilting silently among the trees. In 1930, a man named John Lister opened the site as a tourist attraction, calling it the Oregon Vortex and House of Mystery. It has been open continuously since then, making it one of the oldest and most visited roadside attractions in the American West. Over 100,000 tourists visit annually. The demonstrations given by the site's guides are striking. A ball placed on a flat board appears to roll uphill toward the center of the vortex. A broom is stood on its bristles and remains upright without support. Two people of similar height stand on a level platform, and one appears noticeably taller than the other. When they switch positions, the height difference reverses. Visitors report a persistent sense of unease within the circle. Many describe feeling as though they are being pushed or pulled sideways. Some experience nausea. Dogs brought to the site by visitors reportedly become agitated and refuse to enter certain areas. The scientific community has studied the Oregon Vortex multiple times. The consensus among physicists and perceptual psychologists is that the effects are caused by a combination of optical illusions, perceptual distortion, and the tilted building creating a false frame of reference. The human brain determines level primarily by using visual cues from its environment. Inside the tilted building, the walls, floor, and ceiling all suggest a frame of reference that is 10 to 15 degrees off true level. The brain accepts the building as the reference and interprets everything else relative to it. This creates a cascade of misperceptions. The ball rolling uphill is actually rolling downhill. The slope of the ground beneath the board is in the opposite direction from what the tilted building makes you perceive. Your brain sees the ball moving away from what it thinks is downhill, and interprets this as uphill motion. It is a remarkably convincing illusion. The height change demonstration works through forced perspective. The two people are standing on ground that has a slight slope. The tilted building behind them makes the slope invisible. When they switch positions, the person standing on the higher ground appears taller because the brain cannot detect the slope and attributes the difference to actual height change. The broom standing on its bristles is the simplest trick of all. Brooms can stand on their bristles on any flat surface if balanced carefully. The bristles spread under the weight and create a stable base. It has nothing to do with the vortex. But inside the tilted building, where nothing seems to behave normally, the standing broom appears mysterious. These explanations account for most of what tourists experience. But they do not account for everything. Compasses brought to the site have been reported to behave erratically, spinning or pointing in inconsistent directions. Electronic equipment, including cameras and cell phones, has reportedly malfunctioned within the circle. These reports are anecdotal and have not been confirmed under controlled conditions, but they are numerous. The geological context of the site adds a layer of intrigue. The area around Gold Hill has significant deposits of magnetite and iron oxide mineral that creates localized magnetic anomalies. These anomalies can affect compass readings and, in theory, could interfere with electronic devices. However, magnetite deposits do not affect gravity, do not cause objects to move, and do not explain the perceptual effects experienced by visitors. Native American oral traditions describe the area around the Oregon Vortex as forbidden ground. According to some accounts, local tribes avoided the site and warned that animals refused to enter it. Whether these traditions predate the 1914 mudslide or were influenced by later storytelling is unclear. The Oregon Vortex occupies an uncomfortable space between explainable and unexplained. The primary effects, the rolling ball, the height changes, the tilted room, are well understood optical illusions. But the site's persistent reputation, the anecdotal reports of electromagnetic anomalies, and the genuine sense of disorientation experienced by visitors suggest that there may be more happening than simple perception tricks. Or perhaps not. Perhaps the Oregon Vortex is simply a tilted building on a hillside that demonstrates how easily the human brain can be fooled. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not what is happening at the vortex, but why we so badly want there to be something mysterious happening at all. The building still tilts. The ball still rolls. The tourists still come. And the Oregon Vortex, whatever it is, keeps its secrets. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more stories like this. We post new videos every week.